Hello my friends, this is Sylvie Curry, Lady of Q, and once again I'm in my kitchen. My project today is to make some crab cakes. I've got all the ingredients all measured out. It's just a matter of putting them together. I'm going to take you over to my counter and you can see what I have and how I put this crab cake project together. Join me. There are quite a few ingredients in making these crab cakes. I'm actually using my fish cake recipe versus the crab cake recipe I usually use. And just an FYI, when I do crab cakes, I use the recipe that's on the can of the Phillips crab lump. You can also get this recipe from their website. Today it's going to be a little different. I've got 1 egg, which I'm going to beat. I've got 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of dry mustard, 2 teaspoons of shallots, 1 tablespoon of very thinly diced celery, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, a tablespoon of mustard. You can use Dijon or yellow, your choice. I've got a tablespoon of butter, which I'm going to melt. I've got a tablespoon of dried parsley. You can use fresh. I've got a teaspoon of Cajun seasoning with Old Bay in it, Cajun seasoning with Old Bay in it. I've got a teaspoon of hot sauce. I've got a teaspoon of dark garlic, diced or minced. I've got 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, a 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs, and breadcrumbs you can use regular breadcrumbs, you use panko breadcrumbs, you can use gluten-free breadcrumbs, you can grind up Ritz crackers, your choice. I've got celery seed, and that's about a 1/2 teaspoon. Got salt and pepper, and I'm going to put in about a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper and about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Then, as I mentioned before, this is my lump crab meat, and that's a pound. Once you've got all your ingredients together, it's a very simple recipe to put together. Just a matter of putting everything, seasonings, dry seasonings and all, in your bowl. And I'm just adding it all together. There's probably some culinary expert who's saying there's a system to adding these ingredients, but for me, very simple, just put them all together. Hardest part is measuring everything out and then getting it out of the container. I'm going to first mix these ingredients together, and that's just to get them thoroughly combined and mixed. Then I'm going to take that 1 egg, beat it up a little bit, then add it to the rest of the ingredients. I melted the butter. It's warm but not hot, so it won't do anything to my eggs. So we'll just add all that in. I'm going to add the pepper and the salt. That all combined. Then we'll take the breadcrumbs, and I happen to be using some panko breadcrumbs. Mix that all with our other ingredients. The highlight is then to take the star of the show, that crab meat, and I put it all in here. There's not very much liquid in there, so you don't have to worry about it. And the thing you have to take care in doing with this crab meat is that you want it to remain fairly lumpy. So I sort of just break it apart with my hand a little bit and then combine it by folding with the other ingredients. And you just want to fold it enough so that your crab is mixed in with all your other herbs, seasoning, spices, and veggies. Doesn't take much, that little bit. Once we have our crab mixture all together, then I just take a ice cream scooper and I fill the ice cream scooper with, sort of pack it a little bit, the crab meat. And that way each of my crab cakes is going to be uniform. And I just put it on a tray. Now I'm not going to cook it on this tray. The importance is that, and one of the things I want to emphasize is that if you want your crab cakes to stay together, you mix it like this first, and then you refrigerate it, well, at least for a couple of hours. And that way, when you go to cook it, it does stay together. What does that time give it? It means that all that panko and all those other things that are in there get to form together for a more stable crab cake, for lack of a better word. Now I am going to flatten these out a little bit. Then they go in the refrigerator. Crab cakes have been in the refrigerator for a couple hours. I'm going to now drizzle them with a little bit of butter and they'll be ready to bake. You could also fry these. However, today I think I'm just going to bake them. The butter's been drizzled over the crab cakes, and that's going to help give it a nice brown color as it cooks in the oven. I'm going to put it in 350 degrees Fahrenheit.